"You're not really going to do that, are you?" The voice crackled over her headset, tinged with doubt, but Captain Danny Callahan didn't blink. "Watch me," she murmured. In that moment, she was already pushing the throttle, diving toward a burning canyon where 387 Navy SEALs were trapped, surrounded, outgunned, and running out of time. The world blurred past her cockpit window as her A-10 Warthog sliced through the sky. Below, jagged ridges and rocky plateaus formed a natural fortress the enemy had exploited mercilessly. The SEALs were pinned down in a narrow ravine, heavy fire from all sides, ammunition dwindling, enemy positions hidden in every crag. Command had told her to abort. They said she had no chance, but she had to try. She leveled off just under 400 feet, her HUD lighting up with red markers. RPG nests, machine gun turrets, mortar positions, all primed to destroy anyone foolish enough to approach. The radio crackled. "Callahan, abort mission. That's a death sentence." But she flicked the switch, pushed forward, and replied, voice steady, "Not today." The first pass was deafening. The 30 minutes cannon roared like a metal beast, tearing through the ridgeline. Explosions tore at rock and earth. Dust and debris cascaded into the canyon below. The SEALs looked up, shielding their eyes, astonished at the aerial assault that seemed to come from nowhere. Enemy gun crews fell as the ridge collapsed on itself, and for a moment, silence reigned. But that silence was short-lived. Missiles locked in. The whole cockpit jolted violently. Alarm lights blinked in a cascade of red. Smoke billowed from her left engine. She glimpsed warnings flashing: engine failure, fuel leak, stall imminent. Ground control screamed, "Eject now, eject!" But she shook her head. She still had one pass left, one shot to clear a path. Her left engine choked. The aircraft shuddered. She clipped a valley wall by inches. The wind blew harsh around her cockpit, rattling everything loose. Through the haze, the line of tanks and ammo dumps that threatened the SEALs loomed. She locked onto them with her targeting system, launched 2 Mavericks, and held her breath. The missiles sped forward, striking their marks, setting off a cascade of explosions that lit the canyon like midday sun. Enemy positions detonated, barriers collapsed, the danger line broke, the way was open. Then came the fall. With one engine dead and the other struggling, the Warthog lost altitude fast. The radio went silent. Nothing. Just the sound of wind and failing hydraulics. The sensor blip disappeared. For a moment, it was as though she simply vanished. Then, battered and broken, came her voice, raspy and weak, but unmistakable. "Eagle 1, I'm down, but I'm not out." A roar erupted across channels. The SEALs, poised for their last moments, roared back in disbelief and relief. Captain Callahan had crashed, no ejection, no parachute. The impact shredded her plane and left her trapped in a sea of sand and shattered metal, injured so badly that walking should have been impossible. Still, she moved. She crawled out of the wreckage, breathing fire into her lungs, pain shooting through her limbs. With a dislocated shoulder and a shattered leg, she dragged herself forward. The desert sand cut through her skin. Her uniform was torn, blood smeared across her cheek. Yet all she could think about was that canyon and the men inside it. The SEALs, hearing life on the radio, rallied. They left their cover, sprinted through hostile fire, and found her half a mile from the crash zone. They formed a human wall around her, shielding her from enemy sniper fire. They saluted her, not because she outranked them, but because she had fought through hell to save them. Months earlier, Danny had been dismissed in flight school. She'd heard whispers, seen smirks, felt the skepticism. They'd called her Barbie Bomber, token girl in a cockpit. One instructor told her she should try something safer, less dangerous. She didn't argue. She trained harder, flew farther, pushed every boundary until the sky itself belonged to her. When asked by a news crew later, she said, "I didn't do it for glory. I did it because they were my team, because they'd give their lives for me. And I refused to let that happen." The public saw the headlines, "Female pilot saves 387 SEALs in daring mission." What they didn't see was the anguish in her eyes, the tremor in her hands, or the grit in her soul. Every year on the anniversary of that mission, those same SEALs fly in, some from halfway across the globe, to salute her. They lay wreaths, They share stories. They thank the woman who defied protocol, logic, and fear itself. She no longer flies combat missions. Her injuries made that impossible, but her legend lives on. Because real courage isn't about not being afraid, it's about listening to fear and doing it anyway. And sometimes the person who risks it all is the one no one saw coming. Before we end this story, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear. If this story touched you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know how you feel in the comment.